We are live. Hello, everybody. It is episode 2 of 3 in the What the Fudge series about LinkedIn. So we've had episode 1, which was what the fudge am I supposed to be even doing on LinkedIn? Like, what even is LinkedIn all about? Today is all about what the fudge am I supposed to be posting about all day on LinkedIn. And episode 3 is all about what I'm supposed to be doing. What are the important things I should be doing when it comes to LinkedIn? So, hopefully, this is useful. And as always, as you will see, there's an opportunity for you to jump into the LinkedIn and Business Mastermind. And if you send us a message on the WhatsApp link that says bonus, we will let you know what the current bonuses are available through the WhatsApp channel. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. So, first things first, let's put some preconceptions in the bin. So, there is no absolutely data-backed evidence about what time to post on LinkedIn and how often to post on LinkedIn. So, what we're going to do instead is we're going to go with my experience, which is the more I post on LinkedIn, the more leads I get and the more money I make. So this isn't a session about writing that one killer post a week that suddenly makes all of the people buy from you. I know a lot of other people do say that they say you only need to post once a week or 3 times a week or once a month, or you write in a certain way, and that's the magical tip, trick, or hack when it comes to posting on LinkedIn. I even got called an idiot once for suggesting you post more than once a day. So I'm only going to tell you today what I do to post consistently on LinkedIn. I'm going to show you some examples. So I am currently in launch, and what that means is we are currently heavily promoting the LinkedIn and Business Mastermind and getting all the people who might be sat on the fence about joining off the fence and into the program, right? So we can help them more. So when I show you what I've been doing on LinkedIn over the last sort of couple of days or so, it's going to show you the kind of volume that I post at when I am in launch, which means I'm trying to sell things to people. You know, this isn't about adding value and, building my personal brand. This is about making sales and making money from the audience that I've been carefully curating and building over the last 5 years. So with LinkedIn, I'm going to talk on episode 3 about what to do to grow that audience and to build that personal brand. But this is about what do I actually post. So the first thing is, I want you to take away some of the misconceptions that I believe about LinkedIn. Now, I don't think there's an optimum time to post or an optimum amount of time to post each day. What I advise is that you post at least once a day, including the weekends, and you do a mix of business and personal, and you follow my 4 pillars of content, which are stories, videos, social proof, and call to action. So what I mean by that is when I'm looking at or thinking about content, I want people to get to know me, like me, or decide whether they don't like me, trust me, and buy from me. That's the purpose of my content. So I want people to know me, like me, trust me, and buy from me. And 4 types of content that I talk about really, I feel, are the best ways for people to make those decisions. So stories, and I'm going to talk about how simple those stories can be, but stories about who I am as a person and what I do each day, and who I am and what my life is like. Personal stories, just as much as business stories, really get people to know me. I don't try and hide behind a brand, a LinkedIn training brand. Well, good job, because I'm not a LinkedIn trainer. I'm just somebody who created a way to get leads from LinkedIn that works for me and has worked for thousands of other people. Gone on to sell millions of pounds worth of it. I mean, check me out, super lucky. But stories about who I am and what I'm about. Video content, I always like to make sure I'm regularly doing video content so people can get to know me and see if they like me. So there's a reason, I think, where people don't get jobs and people don't get second dates because they don't like somebody when they meet them in real life. So the video is the closest we can get at volume to get in front of as many people as possible. So lots of video content, I think, works really well, and get people to see if they like you or not. Trust for me comes from social proof. I can sit here all day telling you how great my program is, and it is, by the way. really amazingly great. 2,000 students, £2.5 million worth sold, 4,000 testimonials. Which of those three things is more important? I think it's the 4,000 testimonials. That sheer amount of evidence that other people think I'm great, think my work's great, and all of the screenshots that I've got about how great people think my work is and how it's changed their lives is really helps people to get to trust me, because I can say it's great and I can tell you how much money I've made, but that's not really a benefit to you. What's benefit to you is, are there other people in the world who think like me, or in a situation like me, who've got the same set of problems as me, who really want to change? And I can see through all of these hundreds of thousands of testimonials, got 430 or something on LinkedIn alone. They felt like I felt, and they've trusted Helen, and they've bought her program, and it's changed their lives. So I was going, I trust that Helen is who she is, says she is, and she can do what she says she can do. So social proof, really, really, really powerful, really, really strong pillar of content, because it allows people to decide that you're a safe bet to giving their money to, in a world where people are ripped off every single day and are sold things that are rubbish. So it'd be very hard for me to sell something that was rubbish if I had 4,000 testimonials saying it was great. So, and then call to action. This is my favorite type of post, which is getting the reader to take action. So this could be to buy your thing directly. It could be to send you a message. It could be to download your free thing. It could be anything, but you want them to go from not doing the thing to doing the thing. And this is why it's really important to do lots and lots of that. And this is, I think that's the one that people kind of shy away from. So I wanted to give you an example of the volume of posts that I've done over the past few days. Let me show you rather than tell you. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about something that I teach to people who maybe don't find it as easy as me to just think of things to post all day. So for me, if it pops into my head, obviously within reason, it's a good enough for a post. So I wanted to get into the idea, or maybe write down, that everything is content. Everything you think, everything you feel, everything you do, everything you can see right now, everything that's happened to you, everything that's happened to you today, never mind in your whole life, is content. This isn't about adding value and educating your audience all the time. Sometimes, yes, we want to be adding lots of value and educating and entertaining our audience, but day to day, I mean, if I had to think of something value-based and entertaining every single day, I mean, it just wouldn't happen. I reckon I write maybe one really good, solid, valuable post a week, and the rest is just chatter. It's just conversation. I see it's having a conversation with my audience. So let me have a look, see what we've done recently. So let's take this out. Okay, so if we go to my LinkedIn, hopefully you can see it okay. If we go to my profile, there I am, going live right now. And I am going to look at my posts. So, there they are. Show all activity. So these are the posts that I've done in the last, let's have a look over the last 24 hours, right? So this is a brilliant example. So this is me actually live now. And again, it's me talking about this is what is going to be involved in the live, and this is how you can buy things from me, and this is how you can get in contact with me. So this is brilliant. So before I did this live, I was lying on my outdoor furniture 28 minutes ago, and the sun was really bright. But I was kind of looking at this is my treehouse office. And as you can see, there's a watering can in the garden. The grass hasn't been cut. The trees haven't been cut for a while, like forever. And the hosepipe's out. So it's not the best picture. But it was really bright. So I took a picture, but I just thought, oh, isn't my office really cute? So I took a picture and I posted it on LinkedIn, but it was so bright I couldn't really see what I was saying, see what I was writing. As you can see here with this typo. So it says, my treehouse office, it should say treehouse. Where do you work from? I've had offices in town, co-working spaces, kitchen table, in the basement, loads of places. This is my fave. Let's see yours. Like, someone asked me if I see how many comments and impressions I get, and I've never even checked them really. So I've got a couple of comments, which is fine. And I think the impressions are 161. That's fine. So this I posted an hour ago. And as you can see, in terms of what I've written, very little. Find out a bit more in this video, get the discount for lifetime access and see the payment plan options here. And here's the link. And here's the link to the WhatsApp. And then this is a previously recorded pitch, basically, about the LinkedIn Mastermind and what's in it. I recorded that ages ago. I just rerun it every time we're in a launch through StreamYard. So this was 4 hours ago. So I've had calls in between. So this will be when I was picking up one of my children from school. Still time to sign up to this afternoon WTF should I post on LinkedIn free training with a lovely pitch to join my program included, obviously here, and here's the link. So 2 lines, my big face, all of my chins, free training series. Yeah, 43 people have seen that. The point is, people have clicked on it and joined and are watching now. That's the point. So 6 hours ago, who's on the fence about joining the LinkedIn Business Mastermind? Send us the reasons for not jumping in here. Here's the link. 2 comments, 69 impressions. 1 person messaged me, gave me some amazing reasons why they'd not want to join, which allowed me to voice note her back. And now we're in a conversation about potentially joining the program. So if she joins, that is a £1,500 post right there. Because she saw that and she posted, she clicked on it. And this 7 hours ago, WhatsApp is crucial to our launch. Hundreds of you in there talking about your business is fascinating to watch. We can blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm not going to read everything out. So that's the WhatsApp links. You see everything here has just got a link, even though allegedly you're not supposed to put links in. I always do, and it works fine for me. Then there's another post about this training. There's a post directly for people to come into my program. I've even used some hashtags. I don't normally use those, but I think I was copying and pasting this over from Instagram. And then here's some social proof. This was yesterday now, 23 hours ago. Not a bad ROI. This is a screenshot of a client who's used one of my, had me write their profile and my daughter do the growth for him. And he's got a 40 times return on investment. So it's that's what I say, not a bad ROI. So that's some social proof. And then there's a question about group training and programs, which nobody's commented on, and that's fine. Billy No Leads. So that's like this is just based on something that happened. Somebody commented who actually commented posted in the comments I posted on Facebook. But somebody wrote in the WhatsApp, I don't want to be Billy No Leads. And I just took that and I used it to talk about how the program would help with that. And then there's another thing about this training series that was yesterday. I've shared something there about Shein. A post about people who unsubscribe to my email list. Because I wrote a post, which I'm going to come to in a minute, I think, called Advice to My 14-Year-Old Self. I sent that out as an email and I got 30 in the end, plus unsubscribes. This is a live video between myself and Susan Paynton talking about her upcoming challenge and the way that her work informs mine and vice versa. Another promotion for this, so it just says 1 line, sign up here for replays and reminders. I've not put much thought into this, and that's okay because 164 impressions, people have clicked on it and come into my funnel, if you like. And there, 1 more profile to write, so that's me promoting profile writing. Again, 476 impressions. 1 person's messaged me, they're booked in, so that's a £750 post, right? And then another promo for this today. Another promo for people to join the mastermind. And then this. So when I said I write 1 decent post a week, this is my post of the week. So this is a post, the sort of thing you probably see a lot of on LinkedIn. And I think the misconception from where I am is that you have to write like this all the time. You don't have to write like this ever. But when I do write like this, then people love it. And they do, apart from the people that unsubscribe, but people do love it. So this is a things I would tell my 14-year-old self. And I wrote this because I found this picture of me and my dad. And I just sort of had that thing where I was like, what? I just thought it'd be an interesting post. Yeah, what would you say to yourself? So I wrote that post. I didn't overthink it. It's not particularly long or well written, but people seem to like it. As you can see, 2,000 2,334 impressions and they've got 19 comments, because it would make sense that people would comment on that and be interested in. And then it's just going back to pitching. pitching, links, social proof, video, value content. That's my, some video content with me with zero makeup on. That's not a good look for me. And then more pitching. And then there's a poll. And then pitching. So it's all very straightforward, I think. It's just short videos, content that just comes into my head, and a lot of links for people to buy my stuff, basically. So what I thought would be useful is if we talked about all the things that can become content. So when it comes to writing about your business, then this is what I suggest you do. You get your pen and your paper and you draw out your ideal client, like so. Can you see? And then on one side, we do a sad face, and on the other side, we do a happy face. So, like this. This seems really basic, but this is basically how I do it. So this is your ideal client, and then happy face is sad face, is how they're feeling about the problem that you solve right now. So go to town, write as many bullet points as you think. It's like, how is your ideal client feeling, and what is going on for them, and what's bad in their world? What is bad in their world right now? And on the happy face side, what would be good for them after you fix the problem? So after is the outcomes. So if the sad face is the problems, the happy face is the outcomes. Yeah. So let's use mine as an example, right? So my ICA here, she's let's say this woman she's a mindset coach, and she's 34 and she's Emma. So the things that are really upsetting for Emma, the things that are keeping Emma awake, right? So not knowing where her next lead's coming from. So not knowing where the lead's coming from. Could be she's not, every time she looks at the bank, it doesn't look like she wants it to look like, not able to book a holiday for her daughters, not able to, worried about paying a tax bill, just getting ghosted by clients, talking to people on Facebook and not getting anywhere with their inquiries, people trying to not be able to afford her services and things like that. So what's it going to be like after she's worked with me? She's been inside my program. Well, she's going to have a strategy for her to do every day. So she's never going to sit and think, what should I do today about getting more leads? She's going to get more leads, which means she's going to have more money, which means she can book the holidays. She's going to be part of a community, which means she's going to feel supported and she's not going to feel lonely. Like, she's going to all of the good stuff basically after. So the sad face and the happy face, write as much as you can of all the things that could be going on for them. Doesn't mean they have to be, but could be. And all the things that your product, service, program, whatever, helps with, the big outcomes that you deliver. So if you have like two sides of the paper, so these are the negatives and these are the positives basically. And then each day, instead of trying to write a whole post about all of the problems that your ideal client might have and all of the ways that your program or your product or service fixes them, just pick one from either side. So if one's saying, for example, one of the things that she's lying awake worrying about is, I don't know where my next, inquiry is coming from. And then you could say, if you don't know where your next inquiry is coming from, I know how that feels. When I was XYZ, you could give an example, and then this is why this part of my program or product or service is going to help you with that problem. Yeah. Or you could pick one of the outcomes and be like, imagine waking up every day knowing where your next lead is coming from. Well, with my program, this means that you can blah, 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 right? But just pick one. I want you to try and go as micro as possible and not get overwhelmed with it. Just pick one thing out of that list, either a problem or an outcome, and use that to inform your content. And the other thing to do is write down all of the things that you know about. So we used to call this the post-it note method. So this is before I was kind of like, everything's content, so I'm just going to post anything and everything. So get a post-it note. I've got these H-shaped ones that somebody sent me. and write down on them. Set a timer for like 8 minutes and write down on your post-it note everything you know about your thing. What do I hear it referred to today? Knowledge capital. What is that? It's amazing. But everything you know about, everything you care about, everything that you can talk about, everything that you want people to know. Just 1 or 2 words on each piece. And just go through and write them down till your timer goes off. Then go for a walk or change the scenery or go and make a drink or whatever. Just give yourself a little break. Come back, set the timer again, keep writing. Because what you've done is you like emptied your head and given yourself a bit of a break and then start writing again. And what you should be left with, most average humans have got so much knowledge, yeah? What you've got left with is all your post-it notes. And then what you do is you just go to somewhere where you can leave them up. It's just, we used to do this at the agency. You just go through and like stick them all on the wall. So just be like, right, well, this is like for Paul, I know about funnels, I know about WhatsApp, I know about sales calls, I know about closing out. And you just basically put them all over your wall. So you should have loads, right? Then what you can do is you can move them around, you can group them, you might have duplicates, and you can go through and move them about. Maybe get them into themes or get them into, or not. And then this is the absolute truth, the agency. We would walk in, close our eyes, spin around and pick one off the wall, and that would be the topic of the day. So we'd do a story about it, we'd do a video about it, we'd find some social proof that related to it, and we'd use it in a sales post. So for example, I don't know, say Paul's written, what to ask in WhatsApp. You could write a whole post about that one thing. I think what stops people, well, there's a few things that stop people when it comes to just posting on LinkedIn. 1 is finding the time, 2 is finding the inspiration, and 3 is worrying about what people think. So let me start with finding the time. Now, a very common misconception about me is that I'm always on the internet, I'm always online, I'm always on socials, and it's just not true. I spend a lot of time on socials scrolling around doing nothing, but that's my choice, right? But in terms of putting out all of this content that you've seen me put out in the last 24 hours, I've never sat down at my big computer and started to type. That post I wrote about my 14-year-old self, I wrote that in bed before I got up to go kickboxing. The links that I post, I did outside of kickboxing before I set off in my car. I did some posts outside of school, picking up my daughter. Some while I was eating my lunch, at my lunch, did a couple before, maybe a couple after. Some before, in between calls with clients, in between, maybe when I'm just walking about. It all happens on my phone. And I have all my links in my notes, so I never have to go looking for them. And my photos are all in there as well. So if you have to, set a timer every hour or so, and it's like, just post on LinkedIn. Have you posted on LinkedIn? Like, just ask yourself the question every couple of hours. I'm not saying you have to post every hour, but I'm saying if you just had a reminder and just made time, or habit stacked it with something like brushing your teeth, having a shower. I think what I've done is I've habit stacked it with school runs, sitting outside the house before I get out of bed. I know we're not supposed to use our phones in bed, but hey, I seem to have managed all right with it. I don't post a lot in the evening. I could do, or sometimes do, but I tend to just throughout my day, my working day, if you like, sometime in the morning before I start my day, sometime around school run, sometime around lunch, sometime around school run again, sometime in the afternoon. I just think, I'm not posting on LinkedIn for a bit. I should post on LinkedIn. And I try and hold it, make it so it's just part of the day. And the whole time I've spent physically posting on LinkedIn, it's got to be less than 10 minutes today. Got to be. There's just no way I'd do it otherwise. It's literally, I've got the link to hand. I'm doing this thing at 4:00. Here's the link. That's it. And that's a post, I think the misconception is that you have to write something really valuable every time, and you really don't. In my experience, you really, really don't. But I do like to have a mix of videos, stories, videos, social proof, call to action. Like I say, Because I think just pitching all the time, even though, I mean, it's quite heavy at the moment because I'm in launch, but after Friday, it'll calm right down. So it'll be a couple of posts a day, 2 to 4 probably posts a day, stories, videos, social proof, call to action. But if you want to sell on LinkedIn and you want to use LinkedIn for people to buy from you, always ramp it up. You can't post too much on LinkedIn. Does it affect your reach? Don't know. But like I say, I can attribute directly, £5,000 worth of income into my business, into the posts I've done in the last 48 hours. So, and I post all the time. I mean, I have got a big audience, but again, that's an easy thing to do. Just grow your audience every day by asking to connect with people. So I think number one objection to content on LinkedIn is time. 2 is inspiration, and that literally, like, do your happy face, sad face, do the post-it note technique, and literally look around you right now. So from where I am, obviously I've got my treehouse office, which I've posted about. I've got the awards that I've won. I've got thank you cards. I've got my vision board. I've got my money altar, and I've got my wedding photo. I've got my equipment that I use, my light, my microphone. I've got my money cards from Eloise. I've got a green chair. I've got a spider plant. I've got a see-through bird feeder that the squirrels always eat. I've got the view of my house. I've got my cross from when I was christened. I've got like a blanket that I use for picnics. Like, it's all around me right now. And any one of those things I could write about. I could write a story about either how I got it, or why I've got it, or how I feel about it, or whether it's helped me in my business or not. Like, literally surrounded by inspiration. So anything that you can see right now is probably interesting enough for people to hear about. Then think about what's happened to you in the last 24 hours. Any interactions you've had with people, any places you've been, any things you've seen, anything that's happened in the media or the wider world, any thoughts or feelings you've had. Like, I've had about a zillion thoughts and feelings. And like, when my husband comes home from work, I'm like, I'm sure I've told you everything, but I probably haven't, because it's just so much happens to me in a day. And a lot of days I don't leave the house or the garden. Still things happen to me either online or in my business. So think about that. And then think about what's happened to you in your whole entire life. I sometimes work with clients, they say, I don't know what to post about. I'm like, tell me about the last time you were scared. Tell me about something that happened to you when you were 7. Tell me about the first piece of clothing that you bought for yourself and where you were. Like, tell me about a terrible haircut that you once had. Like, tell me about how you felt when you got your exam results. Tell me about a boss that really made you feel awful, or tell me about a teacher that really made a difference. Those kind of stories are really powerful and really help to build a picture of who you are and what you're about. So you've got all of that life experience, and then think about all the things you want in the future. So all the things that you're striving for and you're dreaming of, like, that's all content as well. But just day to day, this happened today, this happened yesterday, I'm going to do this tomorrow, all content. Now, when it comes to your actual talking about your business, your products and service, write down all the things people love about it. Write down things people hate about it. Great content. Just pick one at a time to talk about. Write down the reasons people would buy from you. Write down the reasons people say they don't want to buy from you. Write down who your dream client is. Write down who your nightmare client is, and use that to inform pieces of content. Think about a time when you felt like giving up, a time when you felt on top of the world, a time when you thought this was going to be impossible for you to get past. We are amazing humans. We've got loads of great stories, and we should tell them. And if you're really desperately stuck, just say, I made your post. That is a post. Helen Tudor tagged me in, said, I've got to post on LinkedIn so you can see more about me and my business. So here we go. This is a post. That'll do. That is a post. Don't forget, the name of the game is to get more people to see your headline, more people see your headline, more people go to your profile. More people go to your profile, the more people reach out to you and ask how they can work with you or ask if they can buy something from you. So really, it's about consistently, but not overthinking it. Like, I did a post, I just noticed then when we were looking at it, like I did a post that was kind of, tell me about your experiences with online programs. Now on Facebook, don't forget I copy and paste a lot of stuff across the 2 platforms. On Facebook, that post went really well, as in a lot of people were commenting and stuff. On LinkedIn, tumbleweed. It's all right. I've still made $5,000 out of LinkedIn this week. It's like, it's okay. People commenting or not commenting on my posts is of no real concern. It's lovely when people do, but it doesn't, I don't even notice if people don't. You know what I mean? It's not that I don't appreciate everyone's lovely comments. I do, but I don't let that inform what I post or how much I show up, or it doesn't make any difference to how much I sell either. So there's that in terms of just look for creative ideas. And if you think it, you feel it, and you talk about it with somebody else. So tell you what else I use a lot of: client calls. So I'll do some maybe one-to-one calls, or I'll have asynchronous clients, or there'll be business partners that I'm working with, and we talk all the time. So those conversations inform a lot of my content. In fact, I think it was Susan actually, because Susan said that she's noticed that quite often after we've been talking, I'll go and post about it. Not about her or tag her in or put anything about anything we've talked about specifically, but just an idea or a concept or something that we've discussed. I'll put it out publicly, and then that just keeps the conversation going. So I want you to think about your content on LinkedIn, not like your homework that you're putting out and you are waiting for people to give you a mark and tell you whether it's good or not by commenting, but instead just having a conversation, just putting out, a stream of consciousness, if you like, into the ether. You don't have to write War and Peace every time. In fact, I recommend that you don't. You don't need an image every time. In fact, I recommend you don't. You don't have to worry about links. Should you use them or not? I always put them in my content. Why? Because I'm lazy and I want to just copy and paste it from there, from LinkedIn to Facebook to my Facebook group, maybe send it out by email. So it's easier for me, the link's in there. And we believe that LinkedIn don't penalize you, but I focus on what's easiest for me. I know if I post a link consistently, people click on it. If I try and put it in a comment, people might not click on it. So I like to have it consistently there in the body of the message so people can click on it. That's the name of the game, right? And then the third reason why people really hold themselves back with their content is what people think. Now, I have given up caring what people think a long time ago. And I tell you why. Because if people are not buying from me, therefore not paying my mortgage, therefore not relevant to whether I should care what they think or not, they don't matter. So if somebody out there is seething, furious that I've posted 8 times in a day, including 6 links to this training, that's okay. We've got over 300 of people signed up to get the replays for this training. They're the people that I care about. They're the people that I am totally and utterly focused on. I love those people. I care for those people. I want to talk to those people. I want to know if they've got a problem that we can solve and if my program is the right solution for them right now. The people who are sat there unsubscribing from my emails or telling people I'm an idiot or slagging me off in private groups or telling people that, she's always on LinkedIn, she posts all the time, blah, blah. They don't buy from me. I don't want them to buy from me. They're not going to be in my program. I use LinkedIn as a sales tool for my business. And I love it. I love LinkedIn. I love the people in it. And I love the conversations that I have. And I love that I can use it as a personal brand. And I love that when I walk into a room, people say, I know you. I see you on LinkedIn all the time. And I love that people feel like they know me and they see me and I'm part of their consciousness. And that's great. That's building a personal brand on LinkedIn. But what I really care about is the people that message me and say, hi, Helen, can you write my profile for me? Where do I send the money? Hi, Helen, can I join your program? Where do I send the money? Hi, Helen, can we work together one-to-one? Where do I send the money? They're the people that I really care about. And they almost always say, I've been watching you for ages. And I've almost never heard of them because they don't comment on my stuff. Because why would they? They just watch. And then when they're ready, they message me. And by the time they message me, they're sold. They don't need to be convinced to buy from me. They've decided they want to buy from me in their own sweet time, which is why engagement's great. Celebrate it, but it doesn't convert into cash. I had a client today. It's like, you want more engagement? Go and post about Harry and Meghan. Go and post something super controversial. Go and post something that everybody's got an opinion on, right? You'll get more engagement, which is great. And then more people see your headline, which is fine. I'm not saying that's not a strategy. It is. But is it not better to just post about who you are, what you're about, what you stand for? You know, the hill you are prepared to die on. Like, don't try and climb up everyone else's hills just for exposure, because as we know, doesn't pay the bills, which doesn't pay the mortgage. But other people's opinion of your type of content, your cadence of content, like, is literally none of your business. It's definitely none of mine. I know I make a living teaching this stuff, but the one thing I want to teach in this session is don't overthink it. It's all going to be okay. Good is better than great. Like, just put out good content. Doesn't have to be great content. Doesn't have to be thought leadership, unless you want to be a thought leader. If you're just your average person like me who just wants to show up consistently, I want people to buy from me, I want to get to know more people, I do my 3 things a day, which I'm going to talk about in episode 3, and then I forget about it. Yeah, I post all day. It looks like I post all day, but I don't. I've been on LinkedIn 5 or 6 times today for like 30 seconds at a time. I don't spend a lot of time hanging out in here in LinkedIn, because that's not how I make my money. I make my money by posting consistently, getting people to come to things like this where I can give value, and then ask you to buy my program. So if you click on the links above, I would strongly suggest that you click on the WhatsApp link. So WhatsApp integration is something that is a joy to behold. So if you're interested in joining the program, instead of getting on a call with us, which we used to do, you now speak to us in WhatsApp, which I resisted, but now I absolutely love it. It's so cool. I can voice note you, I can message you, I can ask you questions. It's better than a call, but it is only for you if you are on the fence about joining the program. But you can ask us anything in there. Some lady sent me a list of 6 questions, and I went and answered all 6 on a voice note. And she was like, yeah, great, thank you. And it's just a lot of fun. So if you've been watching me for a while, and I know some of you will have been, if you've been consuming all of my free content, which is cool, and I'm there for that as well, but you want to see what the WhatsApp bonus is right now. So we're always going to have special disappearing bonuses in the WhatsApp, because the more people we can get in that, the better our data becomes, because we can really see and feel where people are at in their businesses. And that allows us to create more content like this that helps more people with where they're at and where they need to go. And I know from talking to hundreds, if not thousands of you in the WhatsApp, is that one of the things that hold you back from joining my program is I just don't know what to post. What the fudge am I supposed to post? So this is why I've created this training, to show you it's not about creating amazing content. It's not about being on LinkedIn all day. You don't have to be anything other than yourself. And what we do in the program when it comes to content is we have loads of people to help you. We've got Susan Payton in there teaching storytelling. We've got Louise Purvis teaching organization and Trello boards for content, if that's kind of the jam. You know, we've got Elsevine in there talking about video and confidence on video. So we've got loads of experts to help you. We've got content generation ideas. We've got content plans. We've got content ideas. We've got all that stuff in there. So don't worry about that. If content and what to post is the thing that's holding you back, that's why I created this, just for you. So you can see it's about chilling. It's about relaxing. It's about not worrying about it. Don't worry about a typo. Don't worry about what people might think. Don't worry about putting links out, because the more you worry, the more time you spend worrying, the less time you spend in posting. And the less time you spend posting, the less more people see your headline, the less people who've got to buy from you. This is about consistently and showing up and having fun with it and enjoying it and building it into our lives, not making our lives revolve around it. There's no way on earth I would implement a marketing strategy that meant I had to be on online all day, every day. Absolutely no way. I'm too lazy. I'm too inattentive. I get bored far too easy. So just have a group of links that I've got in my notes on my phone. Got my LinkedIn app, like all my other apps, copy and paste stuff from different platforms. If it's a great post, great. And I do get a lot of good responses from it. But like I say, I maybe do 1 or 2 of those a month. And I don't know where they come from. They're just created from wherever. But most of the time, it's just average at best. And that's okay. Like, I'm on a mission to make you see that posting average is fine. There's no one giving you awards. No one with a clipboard examining your every piece of content. I get it. If you're a copywriter or a content strategist, you might be like, oh my God, no, I can't do that. I've got to be great. I've got to be perfect. That's fine. I'm not a content writer and I'm not a strategist. And most people aren't that I talk to. They are great people doing great work who want to generate leads for their business. And that's one of the elements that we've got inside the Mastermind program. Let me tell you all about it. Let me know in the comments if you are #in already, or your #fence if you're on the fence, or your #out and shaking it all about for whatever reason that might be. So #in, #fence, #out. It's the last week to get £500 off the full price. So Friday at midnight, that will be going away. But at any time, if you're watching this at any time in the future, just send bonus to the WhatsApp and see what we've got for you. See what we've got to entice you in, because there will be ever-changing, disappearing bonuses inside the WhatsApp. But you know what? You don't really need discounts and bonuses to join the Mastermind, because it's that good. It's that good. It is a lifetime access program. It's got 3 core elements. It's got the course. So that is all of my LinkedIn training and all of my business mastermind training. If you don't know, I used to have 2 programs, the LinkedIn Mastermind and the business mastermind. And the business mastermind was a $5,000 product. And when I decided I didn't want to run 2 masterminds, I amalgamated them all. And the people who bought that one, I had to give them lots of extra love and attention to make up for it. But I wanted to just have everything under one roof. So in the course element, you've got all of the LinkedIn Mastermind, step by step, day by day, what to do on LinkedIn every single day, how to write your headline and profile, how to understand your ideal client, how to do your 3 things every day, and much more advanced stuff as well. But they're the basics. So all of the LinkedIn Mastermind is there, and all of the business stuff. And we don't talk about this probably as much as we should. So everything I did to grow from nobody knows me to lots of people know me, and I'm able to put out offers that people buy. So what I mean by that is, when I first started out, I had no money, I had no team, I had no tech knowledge. I still have no tech knowledge, but I do have a team now. So I had no tech, I had no authority, I had no audience. I was literally just looking at my computer going, yeah, how am I going to get started? And everything I did, I've now documented inside the Business Mastermind. So everything about getting clarity and focus, creating an offer, getting really good at understanding my numbers, all about creating a £99 thing, which is how I got started, all about leveraging other people's audiences. So all about guest expert strategy and other things like getting on podcasts and just leveraging other people's hard-won, hard-built audiences, which is why I'm so passionate about other people leveraging mine now, because it makes a massive difference. Everything about everything that our guest experts that have talked about as well. So we've got stuff about money, we've got stuff about mindset, we've got stuff about PR. I mean, there's just sales, got stuff from Paul and Nicola, lovely Nicola, about sales and follow-up, stuff in there about funnels and a scorecard, and there'll be stuff in there, like even things like special sessions I've done about polls on LinkedIn and things like that. So, and all of the recordings of all of the Monday calls. So every Monday we have a live call. So we've got the course in there and everything in there. It's a portal. You can just log in and it's all beautiful, and you can just watch the modules or do the modules you want to do, right? Lifetime access for that. If you don't want anything else, you can just go and get that. It's fine. Then you've got the calls. So not every single Monday, but every Monday. It's not a bank holiday, which feels like never in this month that we're in now. But every Monday, 12 noon, reporting for duty, live call. Me or Paul or Vicky or Gillian will be there to host and hold space for you guys as you bring your questions and problems and immediate concerns and whatever you're stuck on. And we answer all the questions. So really engaging, really interactive, really useful for people. If you don't want to talk, that's fine. You just want to come and listen, that's fine to have your camera off. But reporting for duty, I think, is one of the things that we miss as entrepreneurs. So it's kind of, we hate the routine and having a boss, but we also crave the routine and having a boss. So I get to be the boss on a Monday at 12, report to duty, make some commitments into your business, into your diary of doing the work, working on your business, not just in your business. So come along on Monday. And that's what I saw somebody say. It's like, put at least 6 of those in your diary for the first 6 weeks you're in the program, because the calls are really powerful. What we're also going to integrate in every couple of months or so is we'll do a hardcore implementation week. So hardcore, we'll get on a call every day for a week, and we'll make sure we do the things we promised we'd do on LinkedIn to grow our businesses. Everyone get back on the bus and do the work. So there's quite a strong live element inside the program. And then the final thing, and what the feedback says is the most powerful thing, is the community. So the Facebook community, we've got 2,000 members. I'd say between 50 and 100 truly active members. All super cool people, super engaged, really want to help each other, give a lot back, newbies who are full of enthusiasm, who document all the journey, which is great. Old timers who are there to give support, maybe coming back with different problems or things have changed or new offers or new businesses. So really nice community to share. There's some accountability check-ins there. There's a buddy system. You can share your wins, you share your wobbles. It's just a place to come and celebrate. I'm extremely strict on the vibe in there. No mean girls shit or mean boys, because it's mixed, although a lot of people think it's all girls, boys and girls. No bitching, no cliques, no passive aggressive behavior, right? I've removed and refunded somebody, a few people now, but somebody mainly for the passive aggressive use of emojis, let's be honest, because I can see it a mile off. I got bullied in school and the online space is full of dicks, and I'm not having it in my group. They can have, other groups can do what they want. My group, it is absolutely zero tolerance to any of that. So it's for high vibe, cool people. You can bring your complete meltdown, of course, and you get support. And you can bring your huge successes and get support, and your micro successes. We call it a win is a win is a win, right? So if a win for you is getting dressed and doing a video, it's a win. If a win for you is getting dressed, it's a win. We're there for it. You know what I mean? If it's a win for you, getting a 20 grand, 50 grand deal, it's a win for you, right? So we don't compare. A win is a win is a win. But it's a really cool place. We go for 5 years. So there's people who've been in there a very, very, very long time. And yeah, it's positive, it's supportive. And if anyone's watching this and thinking it's not, then let me know, because sometimes I can't see everything. But honestly, I stand by that. That's probably one of my proudest things. It's not easy to run a community, and you've got to have boundaries in place, and you've got to watch it. And we've got the lovely Gillian, who's our head of happiness, who just keeps an eye on everything, make sure everyone's okay. And don't forget, if you join the program and do the work, which you do have to do the work, and it doesn't work, just shout out and we'll help you. We will come and help you. If you do it consistently for 6 months and it's not working, then just message support, and myself, Paul, will personally have a look at it and see what tweaks you can make. And if you're in for a year and it's just not worked, it's just never happened. But if that did happen, I'll give you your money back. You can't lose. You've got to make money back. And the whole ethos of the whole program is getting a return on your investment. So whatever you invest to be in there, you have to make that money back as quick as possible. That's the game. How can we so we're making money on Helen, so we're not giving Helen any money. That's the game, yeah? And I want everyone to play it. And that's how I want you to think about it if you're on the fence. How soon can I get my money back? How soon can I take what Helen teaches whether it's a £99 thing, whether it's, using LinkedIn, whether it's, all my training that I do, like the 2K in 2 weeks, or the make 500 quid, or the make 997. This is all like the free training that some of you see. How quickly can I get my money back? And then we're alchemizing money, as Eloise Burton would say. We are taking your investment, giving you the training, the support, the encouragement, and the community, and the strategy to go and make that money back. And then you're making money on me. So the ripple effect is massive. So it's huge. So everyone has to make the money back. That is the rule. And if you're not making your money back, you need to tell us so we can help you make your money back. This is not a buy my program, there you go, you're on your own at all. It really isn't. We have to do the work, obviously. So message bonus, and I'll let you know what the bonuses are. They are all disappearing bonuses. So they might be something that's on for 24 hours. It might be something that's on for the rest of the week. But it's always fun, if you've not bought yet, to come and see what's on offer at the moment. But honestly, if you don't get a bonus, well, everyone gets a bonus, but if you don't get a bonus or a discount, you won't regret it. You won't regret it. It's an amazing lifetime experience that you invest in, and you'll make your money back. That's the point. If you've not made your money back, you tell us and we help you make your money back. So it's really, once you've made your money back, then it's up to you, isn't it? But until you've got your money back directly as a result from taking action on the things I've advised you to do. I am not a coach. I am a mentor and a trainer. I do these things, then do these things, and then do these things. As long as you're open to being told what to do and doing it, the name of the game for both of us, I'll meet you halfway, is let's get the money back you've invested in me back as quick as possible. And then we are in profit and everyone's making money. It's exciting. And all the people who are investing in it now, people who are like, you know what? I'm in. I'm hashtagging. I'm off the hashtag fence. I'm in. Thank you so much, because the fact that you're able and willing and motivated to invest now and to do the work and to get your money back, but you're in that position to do it. Lots of people aren't, obviously. That allows us to keep creating all of this great free content so people can take my advice for free, implement it without the support and the community and the course and everything else, but get return on investment, but get return on their time investment to go and make some money. The reason why I put out so much stuff for free, because I want everybody to go and make money. Everybody who comes into contact with me, I want them to make money as a result of something that they've said. So instead of me having to keep everything secret and behind closed doors, we give everything away, nearly everything away, because we know that by doing that, people will come and want to be as part of the community and just have everything in one place and be a part of something bigger than themselves inside the program. So I'm hoping we'll tip over into 2,000 members this week, which is quite exciting. If you're watching this recording in the future, hopefully we're at 10,000 members now. And I'll have had my haircut better in the future. But right now, it's the best program in the world ever. And you should definitely join it. So yeah, over and out.